McFry is the cockadoodle rooster. I am the rooster. Shout outs to RayWilliamJohnson, meekakitty, TheWillofDC, and RallisP. We had this awesome get together. We all went over to Ray's house and we were on the blog TV all live and stuff. We just had a great time. I think some of it may have gotten recorded on the TheWillofDC's blog TV thing, so if you want to check that out. But check out their channels, because these are all great people they make the videos on the YouTube just like myself. Alright, now let's talk about some AIG bonuses. Alright, forget everything you heard and let's just sum it up to what it is, alright? Because there's going to be a lot of twisting and spinning, and here's the deal, okay? There's these people, they're working class people. They work for a company, and the way they get paid is they have a certain amount of salary, and then it's written into their contract that they're going to get some bonuses. And it's like every quarter or something like that, they're going to get a certain amount of extra money. This is written into their contract. It's technically not a bonus. It's not like rewarding them for doing something. It's just written into their contract that they're going to get this sum of money, you know, at some time period, some intervals. Okay, so now granted, AIG didn't do so hot, but that has nothing, listen to me carefully, nothing to do with the performance of these particular people who got the bonuses, what they did at their job. Alright, now another thing, granted they weren't doing maybe the best job. Okay, now granted these people were not doing, you know, a really commendable job, you know. They put, you know, there's a lot of people that have jobs like this. You know, you're calling people and trying to sell them something over the phone. You know, you really, it's not really something you're proud of, but they got hired by a company to do a job, and they were doing their job. They're working people, and they got paid for it. Now, the sums, I believe, are very high, and everybody is outraged about that. But you need to understand, these were sums that were created a couple of years ago. You have to understand that. This is 2 years ago economy. And yeah, they're inflated, but these companies thought they had trillions of dollars more than they actually have. It was all fake paper money because of this systemic problem of creating wealth that didn't exist. But that has nothing, again, to do with these working people. It has to do with the company. So these wages being paid to everybody that works in the company, that all contributes to the financial instability of the company, because if they're paying more than they're making, I mean, it's obvious that's part of the debt that they're creating. But to go and suggest that we should somehow take money away from people who work, who did their job, that is not right. I'm sorry. You know, if someone made a contract and they said they're going to get paid this much, and it was 2 years ago economy, and that happened, that happened. You can't go in and say, oh, we're going to take away your bonuses. Imagine you're working and someone came in and said, oh, this company didn't do so hot, the government owns it, we're going to take away your Christmas bonus. No! You can't, the people need that fucking money. People need their fucking Christmas bonus, you know? You gotta spend more money in the holidays. That is necessary money, alright? And now you're gonna say, oh, well, these are some millionaire executives and this and that, they don't need that money. Fuck that! You think these people don't have mortgages and college, you know, for their kids to pay for, and on and on? I mean, anybody who makes, you know, a couple of $1 million and stuff like that, they support. You don't know how many people they have working for them, a house that maintains with plumbing and painting and all this stuff, a boat in the yard and all that. This supports huge amounts of the economy. Everybody that has money like that, they go to hotels, they fly on the airplanes, they are spreading that money. They don't just hoard that money. So I've heard the word communism and communists being thrown around, and I gotta say, I don't think Barack Obama has done anything like that. But for him to suggest that we should try to get some of this money back from people who worked and did their job, that's a little bit fucking communist. I gotta say, that's stepping over the fucking line. And everybody out there, you need to put yourself in the shoes of those people who were hired by a company to do a job, and they did it acceptable at least, because they didn't get fired or anything like that. And they should get their pay for their job, all right? Because if you want to start suggesting, oh, we should start taking away money from workers, I think that's the wrong avenue. Why don't you go to the top? Why don't you take it away from the people who created the problems, all right? The systemic problems. Why don't you go to the shareholders and the decision makers and the board and all the people who created these problems and go to them and say, yeah, we're going to take your profits back. That makes more sense. To take it away from the petty workers that are just striving to make their money is crazy. It's communism. Don't do it. And don't fucking agree with it. Because put yourself in the shoes. Do you want someone coming to your work? Say you work for a shitty company that goes under. And they say, oh, the company went under. We're going to blame you. We need your salary back. You would not stand for that. You would be fucking irate. Alright? And that's how I feel about this. Cock-a-doodle.